I would say if I'm saying no and you're continuing to do it, it's violent, you know.
So you were saying no?
Yes, continuing to say no, and it's happening anyway. And, you know, at this point...
What did she do?
Came to the gender reveal party, and then he kind of cut it off with me there because of whatever reason he had at the time. People were in the streets telling him it wasn't his child, so he went through a stage of saying it wasn't his and all of that crap.
Why did they believe that?
I couldn't reach out to my family in Chicago. I was just lost in Georgia. He was all I had. He was all I knew out here. People do question me all the time, why am I here? Why am I in this situation? And then I go to myself and I think, like, you know, it's bigger than me. It's something I can't even explain. Like, I don't know. I think that...
Let me ask, I mean, is there any thought that, well, maybe I'm just wrong, right? Maybe maybe I'm trying to continue to make this wrong right. Is there any thought like that? What's up, YouTube? Marcus the Interviewer here. Welcome to my new channel, Atlanta Street Dating, where I'll be picking out 2 random strangers and convincing them to go on a 5-minute speed date right here in public on the streets of Atlanta. Join me as we make Atlanta date again. Now back to the content.
Golly.
What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
Hi, I'm doing well.
All right. So, are you homeless?
Right now, I'm in the process of transitioning with my little
You are
baby.
so cute. All right, so okay, so yeah, how old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
28, and so how long have you been in this transition process?
For some years.
For some years?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, what was it that happened years ago that caused you to get into this position in the first place?
I am an entrepreneur at heart. You know, I feel like I'm a serial entrepreneur because I always find ways to, you know, create my own reality. Kaya, don't go too far. I've been through some abusive relationships in the past.
Abusive relationships?
Yes.
Okay.
That's caused me to be in homeless situations. Like moving in with a guy, you know, at an early age, and then like soon after I left my parents' house. And then
What age was that?
I was about 17.
17?
Mm-hmm. It was my adopted parents. So I mean, yeah, my adopted parents. At 17, I went to Job Corps. So I quit high school early. I'm putting my bag down.
Yeah, sure.
Get a little comfy.
Yeah. So, because, okay, so real quick. So, let's just get a couple logistical things out the way first. So, all right, so we see the little cutie here. How old is she?
She's 3.
3? And so, is that your only child?
Yes.
Okay.
My one and only, forever and
One
ever.
and only.
She ain't gonna let me have no other one.
Okay, I know that's right. And so, as far as the dad goes, is he like active and present in her life?
Yeah, because I came down here to Georgia.
You came down here?
Yes. That's actually where I had her. So back in 2019, I came out here on a journey for my music. And so I was homeless right away. I came down here with a mega bus ticket, $700 in my pocket, and a purple luggage. And I actually met my child's father that same night.
The first night?
Yeah, the first night. It was July. It was July 11th. So that was like 2 days after my birthday. My birthday is July 9th.
Okay. Shout out them cancers, man.
Yeah, I'm
Cancer. Okay. So you met you met him as soon as you got here.
Yeah.
How long was it before y'all had the baby?
So we had her. Yeah, cause we was not messing around right away. I was like, okay, you're an older guy. I like that, but
wait, he's older?
Yes, he's 50. I'm 20.
He's 50?
No, he's 51. 51. Excuse me. He'll be 52 this year. And so he was a mature guy, and we actually bonded on the word God.
Okay.
So that's how I walked up to him, and I was like, what you know about my father? And so we built the connection from then. He was a genuine guy. You know, to me, he was always honest. We had paperwork through the door. So we was always real honest with each other. And then we had her soon after we started dating, which was 4 months. We started dating after about 4 months.
Okay.
We actually started making official, going out to, you know, eating everything.
Were y'all still homeless at that point?
We were. So he was in the homeless shelter, but I was in Covenant House.
Okay.
And Covenant House was a place that actually helped me for about 5 months to get up on my feet, get my own place eventually.
Okay, so you had your own place.
It was not really my own place, but, you know, I would call it home because it was like a pad split. So So I got
Okay,
introduced
past
to, like,
split. I got you. I got
rent a
you.
room.
Right.
And then, yeah, but excuse me. Covenant House was supposed to help me get my housing. And so I eventually just end up leaving because I didn't meet my mark after 5 months. So I was like, okay, let me get a past split. So we started seeing each other, me and my child's father. We started seeing each other for about, I'll say, dang, how long was it? It wasn't that long because it was like the pandemic happened, and that's when we had her. So wait a minute. I came in July, and we had her that next year in April. So however much time that is.
Right.
Math.
So basically, right when the pandemic started, like that was like a month into the pandemic.
And he put no social distance on his head. Yeah.
And y'all was in the past split at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in a past split. He was still in his situation because
Right.
we didn't want to officially get all involved like that.
Right.
You know, he's an older guy, so he kind of was a little ahead of me when it came to his mindset and the way he thinks.
So what is it? So okay, well I guess you told us what attracted you to him or whatever. So okay, so all right. So and you know y'all end up having the baby, and I guess you went back home after that.
So okay. So yeah, we went through a phase where I was in my past split, and then I had like a gender reveal party. So he came to the gender reveal party, and then he kind of cut it off with me there because of whatever reason he had at the time. People were in the streets telling him it wasn't his child. So he went through a stage of saying it wasn't his and all of that crap.
Why did they believe that?
It was just the people in his ear.
Well, I mean, did you have like somebody else that you was messing with?
No, but you know, I feel like I am an attractive person. He knew that I'm an attractive person. I get some attention, so he probably had, you know, thoughts that there was somebody else that I was involved with, or maybe I was promiscuous. He maybe felt like it was, you know, I was hiding things from him, but I'm completely honest and real with him. So, you know, he had.
Did y'all like end up
reason
doing a
to doubt.
DNA test or anything like that?
We did, and that was soon after she was born, which was actually less than a month. So we got that right away because it was a whole phase of him saying that it wasn't his. Right. And then after we got the results, which was actually in February, on February 14th, his Valentine's gift to me was a key to his apartment. So we moved in together up in Norcross. And then y'all know that baby daddy, baby mama drama happens, you know, when you get involved, especially when you're in a, you know, domestic environment and you get all
so there
involved.
Was like physical violence and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say it was real physical because he never really was the kind to put his hands on me. He's a very buff guy, you know. It's just he never was really like that with me. But I would say the verbal abuse was top. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a lot of verbal abuse.
I was going through my personal postpartum,
right,
and then he was going through his mental health and everything like that, and so clashing, you know, that became the problem in the relationship. And so that ended with him getting arrested, me getting arrested, and then me
arrested for what?
You know, just violence. Okay, yeah. So we did get physical at one point.
Okay,
because, you know, it ends up getting that.
It escalated.
Yeah, it escalated.
I get it.
So yeah. So,
okay, so
with both of us.
And so I guess y'all got kicked out of the apartment or whatever.
So I did. When I got arrested, I was no longer able to come back, and this is a little emotional part for me, y'all. So bear with me. Man. Okay. Golly. I got arrested and I was locked up for about 2 weeks. And come on this way. And I was really concerned about her when I was locked up. I didn't know how long I was staying for. I couldn't reach out to my family in Chicago. I was just lost in Georgia. He was all I had. He was all I knew out here. And then I had his child, and so I was so concerned about where she would be, because, you know, after I got arrested,
right,
you know, he kept fighting for custody. And at the time, I just felt like it was the end of the world, because although, you know, he's had his history, I don't want to put his business on air, but he's done some time.
Right.
And he met me right after his time. And so I can imagine that was not a time where he was really prepared to have a child. We were just having some fun. So I knew I was getting into. But back to me going to jail and then worried about her. I ended up getting out, and I had a roommate from my past split, and she helped me go and get my baby, because you know, he wasn't really trying to hand her over. I went back and forth with the police because they was like, well, that's the father.
Well, how'd you end up getting her? Did you like physically
I kept calling the police.
Recon mission type deal?
I was fighting with the police. I need my baby, I need my baby.
So how did it eventually end up to where you had her?
So I called the police. They were arguing with me one night. They was like, hey, he's the father. You lived in the place with him. I don't know, it was weird. Because I'm like, I'm the mother, give me my baby. You know, I need y'all to just go up to the door with me. I couldn't get any of my items. I couldn't get any of my stuff. I left with nothing. So, like I said, I couldn't go back in there. Where was I at? Backtrack.
Well, right. How did you end up getting her? Why did they end up giving her to you or whatever? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I was crying and screaming in front of the police.
Okay,
I got
so
it on
basically
video.
you broke down and they eventually gave in.
Yeah, okay. I had my roommate pretend that she was my sister, and I don't know how that made any sense to them, that it would be easier for me to get her back. But that's what happened, and she ended up going to get my child for me from him. So he didn't want to give her up. He didn't know if that was my sister or not, but he handed her over because he couldn't handle her. He couldn't handle her at that time. That's not what he was really looking forward to. He didn't, really.
Right,
we had a talk about children, and our talk was that unless he was like financially able to support a child, he wasn't ready for one. Right. But
God's timing.
Hey.
All right. So look. All right. So let's just real quick. Let's start from the beginning. So, where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm from the Shad.
Hey,
the
man.
Chirac. I'm from the Wild Wild
Listen, man, I promise you, I keep on running into ties from Chicago. Yeah. I cannot help it. So, okay. So, you're from Chicago. All right, from Chicago, did you have both mom and dad in the household growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
I was adopted, but I did have both. Yes.
Okay. What age was you adopted at?
7.
7? So, prior to that, who'd you live with?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't.
My parents, my biological parents, when I first met them, they were always honest. They told me, and I was taken from them because of drug-related, activity, right, and all of that. And the system at that time was, they'll take your kids. Right. Nowadays, I mean, they'll still take your kid, but they're gonna hurry up and give them back because nobody wants these daggone kids. Okay, cut that out.
But okay, so I mean, you was adopted at 7.
Yeah.
And so the household that you was living in had, it sounds like, a mom and a dad. Mm-hmm. Were there other siblings there?
Yes, they were all older adults, over 20.
Okay, so they was all adults. You was the only child there.
Me, my full-blooded biological sister, and then later on, my adopted mother, she adopted another child who would soon become our third, adopted child.
Okay. You
gotta use the bathroom? Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna finish up soon.
Okay.
Can you
so real quick,
okay.
So growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Man, I had a ball. Like, I mean, when it comes to like being spoiled and stuff, we used to go on cruises, to the Bahamas. I mean, I can remember over 6 times. 6 Flags trips,
so
just eating good, doing all of the wonderful things. But I will say one thing was missing, and that was emotional support. That was them hugs and kisses, those reading me bedtime stories. And so I feel like that's what's creating me to be the parent that I am, is showing her all this love and attention. And that's she'll be my one and only, so she'll get that.
All right, so I'm always shocked at this answer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ask, right? Yes. When you were younger, did anything like ever happen to you, like any type of sexual assault or anything like that?
No, but I would say that happened like when I got a little older, when I would honestly believe that I should have been less naive to the situation.
How old were you?
My first time I was assaulted, I was actually at a park.
What age did you say that incident happened at?
Okay, yes. So I had to at least been like 20, somewhere in my early 20s.
Okay, so
20, 21 maybe.
And what was it that happened?
So I've always knew that I've been into women, and so I feel like that was one thing that kind of got me caught up too. I was involved with a woman and a man at the time, and it was only because she had a boyfriend, but I wanted her, and we were together initially.
Wow. So hold on.
Mm-hmm.
you was with her first, or the boyfriend was with her first?
I was, well, excuse me, when it came to like being in a relationship, they were together.
Okay.
But when it came to like, we were partying one day,
Dealing
and
with
I was
each other.
dancing with her, and then all of a sudden, you know, we're going back home, and she pulls out her nigga.
Okay.
And I'm like, here you go. And I'm
Had
like,
y'all
I'm not
been
really
intimate at that point?
We were intimate, and then she brings her guy in, and so that's when, you know, I'm on the no, but it's like, you know, it happens. And
So wait, so was y'all like a throuple?
Yeah.
Did y'all live together?
No. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm messing up the story because I'm in my head with it, and I'm trying to be a good storyteller. So we were at a party.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Boom Boom Room.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm dancing on this girl, and then we get into it. You know, we vibing with each other and everything. So she takes me back home. We're at her home, and we having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then she brings out her guy.
Having a good time, meaning y'all had started the intimacy at that point?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all
So
was
we're having
already
a good
started.
time. We start our intimacy, and then midway, and I'm drunk as hell because I didn't know how to hold my liquor at that time. So
Right, and
I'm
you're pretty
really
small.
messed up.
Right, you're pretty small
and I'm
lady,
small,
right.
so I'm taking it in. He comes in, and she's like, "This is my guy," or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, but I'm not into guys," you know, things like that. And then, you know, he continues to like push for it. So then it happens. And yeah, I'm just like, call the police. I'm running out the room or whatever. I'm calling my sister because my sister and my cousin, they were there in the situation.
You said call the police?
Yes, I'm like.
Oh, so he took it from you is what you're saying?
Yes, it was a violent situation. And
Oh, wait, it was violent?
Like, I would say if I'm saying no and you're continuing to do it, it's violent, you know?
So you was saying no?
Yes, continuing
Wow.
to say no, and it's happening anyway. And, you know, at this point,
What did she do?
she's just, you know, pretty much supporting it. And, you know, I don't know, I was drunk, and so it's like, I feel like maybe the way that it was coming off, it may not have been as strong because I'm like fighting at that point, you know, and I'm drunk.
Mm.
And but it's something that I remember to this day because I get a little upset that I didn't have the support from my biological family at the time, who I met back in 2017 after high school and everything like that. They knew about it. I told them. I told my sister, the one that I was adopted with. I told her, and they put a whole report out, went to the hospital, got checked, everything like that. And they never supported it. Even to this day, they just act like they didn't know where we were at, and they did. And I now that I know Chicago better, because I was raised in the suburbs, I was raised in Chicago. I was raised in South Holland. I know where that house is, and I know who that guy is. I know my sister knows who that guy is. You know, that did it, because they were downstairs. I figured out later on that they were downstairs because the girl was like, your sister downstairs, your cousin downstairs, you don't have to worry about that. So I'm running downstairs thinking that they're about to help me in this situation. Kaya, come away from the street. Come this way. Come away from the street. Away from the street. I gotta grab it. Grab that one. No, grab that one. We finna go. Come on.
And so, okay, and so that happened. You say there was another incident that happened?
Yeah, I mean, a few little incidences.
There's been a few?
Well, I've been drunk, you know, as a young child, being wild in the city of Chicago, you know, as a young girl, I feel like it's easy to get lost out there, you know? And so I've had to and without the direction, you know, from my parents, like that in-house, all I was told, don't be a hoe. You know, what's that as a young girl?
It's not a whole lot. So look, real quick. So, all right. So, going back to when you came out here to chase your dreams, right? I see that all the time.
Pull your pants
and
up.
I just want to ask, I want to know, like,
Do it again.
I get it. You're chasing your dreams and everything else, but why do you come out here if you like don't have a place to stay and that type of stuff?
That don't scare me no more. It don't scare me no more. I know that, like, God has been so good to me.
I get that, but do you think that's a good thing that it doesn't scare you anymore? Because it means that you'll just up and go, and I get it, but...
That's why I came back here. Because, like, even my child's father knew that I'm that kind of person. He's like, well, it actually was a surprise to him that I came out here April 2nd. Because,
How's y'all's relationship now?
It's good. I mean, I would say that it's actually a lot better than I would even imagine, honestly. Like,
where was the hesitation at?
He continues to put out petitions for having her, and just like,
is he
he's
still
fighting.
homeless, or does he have a spot?
He has a spot. He's actually had a spot, since I've been gone, and I've been the one kind of going back and forth, after the breakup.
So he
with
has
him.
a spot, and y'all are y'all together or not together?
We not together.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and he makes it clear that he's just, here for her, and that's all I would want, And right now, I mean, I might still be a lost soul, but, I'm finding my way just like everybody else, and I think that my life's been aligning with, my purpose. And, I think it's bigger than me. I think that I'm a leading example to other people, and people do question me all the time, why am I here? Why am I in this situation? And then I go to myself and I think, like, it's bigger than me. It's something I can't even explain. Like, I don't know. I think that...
Let me ask, I mean, is there any thought that, well, maybe I'm just wrong, right? Maybe maybe I'm trying to continue to make this wrong right. Is there any thought like that?
Well, to this situation with my child's father, yes.
Well, no, I mean, just like, even in just like, because like, did y'all have some stability in Chicago?
I did. I just recently lost my father, my biological
Like
father.
I say, definitely condolences about that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he wasn't really always there in my life, but when I met him back in 2017, along with the rest of my biological
y'all
family,
got better and tight and everything
we
else.
got in there. And then he has a house, so we had a house there.
That's where you were staying?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not able to keep up with the repairs, and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years since I moved back. I've been trying to keep up with the payments on the mortgage. I've been trying to keep up with the light bill.
So who's making those payments now?
With the repairs, I played the plumber, and my mother let the basement flood, and my mother's still there. We can't get her out of the house. It's just a lot with that situation. So it's not like I've been like just on the streets, even in Chicago. It's just like I've had that support. God's been good, like I said. And it's not like even if I went back today, I couldn't make change there. And maybe that is why I be out here like that, because I feel like I do have somewhere to go back to. Like, I know I can always
there's a
go
fallback
stay with my
plan.
sister, or Kaya, I can't see you.
So I guess at this point, are you pretty much, just kind of trying to work one of the programs and get your own spot and everything else?
Yeah, work the system, because like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I go through mental health. I have body
mental health
injuries.
diagnosis?
I go through depression, anxiety.
You say body what? You have body what?
I have severe scoliosis in my back, and I
You
also
have
have a
scoliosis?
hernia. Yeah, a lot of
tell.
people. Thank you.
You see?
I have severe scoliosis. I got a big ass S in the back of my back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I
Can we-
lean like this. I lean like this. That's why, I mean, you may not
Let me
be able to
see.
see it.
I don't see any type of,
Yeah.
let me see, come
I
on.
get that all the time, and I have
Wow,
a hernia. I have
yeah.
2 hernias right here.
I see that one, yeah.
And I was supposed to get surgery, and so I wasn't able to get that surgery. And that was literally right before I left. They cut off my insurance, and they made Georgia my primary. And so I feel like it's spring. God called me back here, and he called me back in 2019, and that's when he gave me my biggest gift. My daughter. She's my gift for real, born Christmas Eve. And,
Definitely a smart young lady.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So.
And no more. No more. Then I ain't
All right, well, listen, Miss, we really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions.
Thank you.
If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media,
Yes,
Cash
yes,
App,
yes.
anything like that?
Hit me up on Cash App. It's actually Enchanted XXO, but the E is a 3. So it's 3 ENCHANTEXXOE. Excuse me.
TED.
Yeah.
XX.
TEDXXO. There we go.
Okay,
Cash
just
App.
XXO.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, like I say,
Enchanted X. Come
and,
on,
and
baby.
any IG or Facebook?
Yes, but I'm on Facebook at Shantae Johnson.
How you spell Shantae?
CHANTE.
Okay.
It has an accent over the E.
Okay.
Johnson, spelled commonly, JOHNSON.
Right.
And my Instagram is what the hell am I on Instagram? I'm Enchanted XXO on Instagram. I think it's _ Enchanted XXO.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Like I say, definitely appreciate you. Definitely wish you nothing but the best. All right.
All right.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
All right.
All right.